Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a trick about onions. Now when you go to purchase onions, and most people purchase onions because if you were to seed them, they take a long time. You know, up here in zone 6, we're seeding onions, our first crop in like end of February. And nobody's going to do that and grow them that long. So it's one of those things that's just easier to buy. And when you buy onions, if you notice, a lot of the growers group a bunch of onions in a single cell. What I want to caution you about is when you buy, whether it's a 4-pack, 6-pack, whatever you buy, you don't take this and just plant it in the ground. Because each one of these stems, each one of these plants is going to produce an onion. Now, they're going to vary in size, but one onion is going to be bigger than this whole cell. So what they do is, because they're in 4-packs or 6-packs, they're not just going to plant one onion in there and sell it. So it's a huge value. You're getting a ton of onions for the price. I mean, in this one cell, I probably have 15, and then I got 4 cells, and I spent like $3 on this. If it comes with a label, like mine did, these are red onions, it's going to tell you how far to space them apart, a couple other growing information. And while I would normally wait until it's warm enough to plant them outside, for this demonstration, I filled a 7-gallon bucket. It's about 12 inches deep. Onions are going to want some soil because the onion's below ground and then it has the roots, so it needs a decent amount of soil. But what you're going to want to do is this tag for this red onion says about 4 inches apart. So I'll get my area. Now, whether this is a garden bed, a raised bed, whatever you're using, you want to space out. I used a ruler or use your eyeballs. It's farming. It's not trigonometry. And just kind of space them out about 4 inches, which I already did with holes here. And then what you'll do is very carefully, you kind of just break this whole cell apart. And see how the onions kind of just peel apart? There's one. Now you just keep doing it. Now eventually all the soil will shake out. I think that's all I'm going to need for this. And then you're going to take your onion with its roots, just make a finger hole, and just stuff it all below. Cover it up right to the soil line. Don't worry about getting the roots. Just kind of bunch them up and make sure they're all below the soil line. They don't have to all be going the right direction. You just don't want any of the roots exposed. And if it's easier, you can go back and fill this with some extra soil afterwards. And some people, if it's really easy, you can kind of just curl them around your finger and then just stuff it in. Whatever works for you. And a lot of times you may get way more onions than you ever intended on growing. If that's the case, then pick out the best looking ones. And by best, I mean the biggest, the thickest, the tallest, and use those ones. And there you go. Now I'll have my onions ready to go. That's a lot of soil for this size pot. I realize you can't do it, but if you're in a warmer climate, I wanted to address this issue. When it warms up here, probably in about another 10 days to 2 weeks, I'll go outside and I'll plant them in the garden as you would have it. So you can see that part. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for tuning in.